널 기다렸어.
Interesting. I'd go for something like 85-15 or maybe even 90-10 in favor of Classic right now, but it is a PvP. Things can go wrong. Classic is not a perfect player. We've seen him actually almost lose a game to SOS thanks to a couple of DTs that gets into his base and he just like flips out and doesn't know how to deal with it. So maybe Patience takes some notes from those games and figures out how to deal with Classic's PvP.
Yeah. The map is Dust Towers, which is pretty much the Daybreak, the Whirlwind of Legacy of the Void so far. So both these players will be very tenured on this map. They'll know the ins and outs of Dust Towers. And actually a really popular strat that I think we might see will be that Zealot Archon build that I think we saw a few times.
Yeah, just Zealot Archon composition.
Because the Zealot Archon composition is all reliant about area space, the map space that you can work with. And on a map like Dust Towers, it's so large in terms of land space you can work with that it's a very effective composition.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's becoming more of the standard. Earlier on, we used to see Blink Stalker Disruptor a lot, and there was these crazy games where you're trying to blink away from Disruptor balls, but now it's more of just make a very strong army in general and split against Disruptors if your opponents make it.
It might be also possible that we could see some Colossus come in. I'm not going to say that we're definitely going to see it. We did see the Colossus attack speed being buffed. I'm not sure if it's enough to warrant players in PvP to switch back to Colossus. It's just a possibility.
It's a thought. It's a good thought, too. I mean, we've already seen it come back in PvT,
also,
right?
we could see the Air Toss. Did you know Air Toss is also an antonym for Airtosis?
It's actually true. I mean, that's a nice little build you can do on this map too. Just because it's so large, it's very hard to rather attack and kill your opponent on a map this large. Just the way the third base works too, and even the fourth base, it's not the easiest attacking.
That being said, though, it seems like a SOS exclusive. I haven't really seen any other players besides SOS do that sort of build on Dust Towers.
Unless it goes really late in the game.
Like if it's like literally just split map down the map. I can't move around with my ground army. I have to build a air army. I think we could see it, but
if it gets to like 4 or 5 bases, that's when we see players begin to consider it and like, okay, this game is going really long. I just want to make the best composition possible because I have a lot of time and I want to get it ahead of my opponent. So, you know, sometimes you see players switching into Tempest too early, and then the other player just attacks them and kills them because he scouts it and stuff like that. So it's going to be a fun one. Patience definitely a smart player. He's got some decent control too. So. As you said, he's definitely has. It's not like he has no chance going to this one.
I mean, Patience did beat Classic in a best of 5, so it's not like we're writing Patience off completely here. It's just that Classic's form has been so good. He beat Zest, he beat SOS in the last round of Pro League, and those are 2 of the top Protosses in the world. So.
For sure. And Classic, he's not in the lobby, so we're actually waiting for Classic. Not sure what the deal is, but now that we're on stage, it's actually easier to get a look around.
We can smell the popcorn more.
Yeah, that's actually true. The only thing we can't see is the players in the booth. So we don't know.
There's curtains. So.
Yeah, we don't know if the referee's in there or if he's having trouble. So essentially, we just have to rely on the PD to give us updates, but nothing just yet. So we're just chilling.
Yeah, we're just chilling. How are you liking the new? We're back here on the stage. I like it.
It's the energy is totally different.
I can just wave to people right now. So actually, I can't wave because like they don't have headsets on. I can't see if there's anyone with headsets on in the crowd. If they do, can you please wave at me?
I don't see anyone at this moment in time. There are a bunch of foreigners down here today.
Yeah, but they're not wearing headsets. They're evil people.
You can listen to the Korean cast. It's okay.
I got a gripe here. Every time I go to the GSL, I understand a bit of Korean. So whenever they put me on camera, I don't hear what Tastosis is saying about me. But then I go home and watch the VOD and like, why aren't you wearing the headset? And I'm like, okay, I understand the Korean a bit. I mean, we go to drinks after, and they always rag on to me about it. So it's just a small in-joke that we like to bicker upon.
And Patience here, looking somber.
He's looking patient.
Yeah, he's patiently waiting, that's for sure.
Is his earphone on the wrong way?
Yeah, it's upside down.
I don't think that's supposed to be like that.
It's like he wears the opposite ear, but he puts them upside down so that they fit.
And then he hears like the Dark Templar on his left, but it's actually on the right.
He hears something below him, and it's actually above him. Well, Classic finally gets into the lobby now.
Yep.
And we're just waiting on this game to start. You were talking about Picari Sweat. He's got one in the booth.
I believe Picari Sweat or Dongsa Otsuka, the brand behind Picari Sweat, has been a sponsor of SK Telecom T1 for quite some time, maybe like even 6+ years.
It's a Japanese brand, right?
So. I think the brand. No, actually, I think the brand that does Bacchus is the distributor of Picari Sweat.
Bacchus.
Bacchus?
Get some of that Bacchus.
Oh, God.
Let's get some Jamison here on the cast. We went out with GTR once, and he wanted us to get some Jamison.
Yeah, that's what I grew up saying.
Tasteless had some fun with that one. For
everyone had some fun with it. Even the guests that we were with had some fun with it.
Yeah. But well, guys, we do have Classic 7-0 over Patience here. Definitely the safe choice coming into this one. So let's jump into game number 4 on Dust Towers, Patience versus Classic. Down here on the bottom left, in the purple, from the Afreeca Freaks, Protoss player, it is Patience.
Spawning here, top right, 1 o'clock, as some people may say. The orange Protoss, Classic. Very early scouts from both players. Oh, this guy's, I think he's amused that we're on stage right now. I couldn't read it completely. I can't read some Korean's handwriting. It's so awful. Even my Korean writing is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I know that when I was learning it, they had me, the workbooks, they have the little squares, right? So you're just like, it's drilled into your head to make it as straight as, as straight as possible, right? We got an early scout here from Classic, thinking about stealing some gas, and ooh.
Okay, Patience actually gets that gas there. Meanwhile, Patience himself isn't going to take the gas. He's just going for that early scout. I think the main logic behind getting that early scout is that a lot of players do like to wall off at the ramp. So if you get that scout in before they wall off the ramp, you can completely see what your opponent's doing, because there is that off chance where they might not take that expansion at the back of the base.
Yeah, I mean, one of the players that was doing it quite consistently was Trust from KT and his SSL Challenger group. He was consistently sending out very early scouts, trying to get into the base. And players kind of figured it out by game number 10 that, oh, yeah, we just got to wall off the ramp and make sure he doesn't get in.
I mean, Trust, it was what, like 5-0 ahead, and then he lost the next 4 games? That's quite a heartbreaker, but he did qualify.
He lost the next 5 games.
Yeah.
And then he just barely won in the tiebreaker against SOS.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh. Patience.
Cheeky.
Lemon Squeezy. Actually, that's not right. That's not right.
So, Patience with his build, he gets a much later Cybernetics core, but he also delays the Nexus here in the back door for Classic.
But the thing is, Classic knows this because he did get a full scout. He's even running his probe away. His probe's still alive. So, the Mothership core is coming out here from Classic. He might want to try and do some pylon harassment, but the thing is, it's not really worth doing because Patience's buildings aren't at the ramp.
Yeah, that may be part of the reason why he didn't put him at the ramp.
Oh, actually, no, he's going to go for it.
He's like, your Mothership core is going to be so late that I could just do this. And he's following it up with a Stargate, too, so we could see Oracles coming in.
He's not even thinking about taking the expansion at the front of the base. He wants to do damage right now with these pylons, with these overcharges, with the Oracle that's coming up.
Well, we do see pylons coming out here for Patience, too, where he wants to put down his overcharges first.
Yeah, but the question is, you only have so many pylon overcharges to work with. Which pylons does Classic want to use the pylon overcharge?
He actually commits to the shade here. He's going to catch 1 probe for now.
And here comes the Mothership core. How much? Okay, it's pretty weak.
Oh, overcharge on the right one there, and there's
it actually might. Okay, it gets the overcharge off, but it's going to kill the pylon.
He has to pull some probes.
This Mothership core is really weak. It's not going to be able to last any longer.
Oh, one more! Oh! 7 health, and it gets away.
But that mothership core is completely out of commission right now. It can't come into the base of Patience and cast another pylon overcharge onto that front ramp pylon. It's it's actually coming back in.
Yeah, he's going to regenerate its shields and perhaps force another overcharge.
No, the Stalker should be enough. And if worse comes worse, he can just recall back.
Yeah, it's smart by Patience that he doesn't use that overcharge because he doesn't know what's coming up next.
Also, he's got that Stalker, so he doesn't really need to kill the mothership core, just needs to stop it from doing harassment to him.
So another 2 probes going down, and the lead that we do see in supply right now is mainly because of the probes. Classic is ahead there, but Patience does have those extra stalkers you were talking about. See what kind of damage this Oracle can get. I don't think it's going to get too much with 2 stalkers out on the map and some overcharges ready to go.
Well, the stalkers aren't actually into the mineral line, so... And there's no mothership core as well, so this... this Oracle's going to do a lot of damage.
Oh boy, big mistake. He needed to have some defensive units over here. This is 7 kills that he cannot afford to be taken right now. Now he's 10 probes behind Classic.
Yeah, and Classic's expansion is finally up, so he's going to be catching up onto that economic-wise, and there is that Adept being shaded, so it's going to stall the... Where did these stalkers come from?
He just walks up the ramp. And wow, all the probes have to be pulled.
And there's no mothership core. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, it's a double pylon overcharge onto those pylons.
He doesn't kill either stalker. He is going to have the warp gates finishing up, so he will have these units popping out to deal with this. But he loses the mothership core.
No, it's not too big of a deal. I mean, he did use up his energy already. If that was a full energy mothership core, it would have been a lot worse.
And he loses a sentry too.
I think the main question here is, what is Patience working with? What tech? Can you check what tech he's opted for? Just the Robo.
Just Robo.
And now he's getting the Twilight Council as well. So Classic does have that Stargate, and he does have that Oracle, I believe, still.
Yeah, he's still got the Oracle.
So he's got that to work with. Oh, that's actually very bad from Patience. He's only got 2 probes onto that gas.
Yeah, kind of getting flustered from all the harass he's had to deal with, I suppose.
Yeah, that being said, though, he doesn't really need too much gas right now if he's just going to be warping in just those stalkers.
Snipes 1 probe, gets out. There's the Oracle. That threat will consistently be there in this game. And
I love this sentry just being placed in the mineral line. Once it gathers enough energy, it can just cast that Guardian Shield and mitigate the damage that comes from that Oracle. But for now, it's just going to cast the Hallucination with Phoenix and just going to scout what Classic's doing.
Yeah, this is part of PvP where you essentially can't deny any scouting because of the continuous
There's so many options. You got
hallucinations.
Not only observers, but you also got the hallucinations. So, oh, this is very cute here. It's
on the chase.
Have you ever played that Brood War map where you have to like run through the map with your Zergling, and if you hit an observer, your Zergling dies?
No, I never played that one. Sounds like fun though.
I think it's called Observer Bound or something like that. It's yeah, it's pretty fun. See the Oracle trying to be cheeky, trying to get some pro kills. Ooh, nice snipe there from Patience.
And that's why you followed the Observer throughout the entire map.
The Stalkers were stalking the Observer.
And now that he kills an Observer, he actually throws down a Dark Shrine here at a weird time.
And also he's getting the Warp Prism, so he's probably thinking of Dark Temple drops.
Yeah, and based on how much trouble Classic had against DTs, against SOS, I like the idea that he's going for this tech, you know?
Could you check where the Observers of Classic are positioned right now?
Sure, let me take a look. He's got 1 Observer, and it's at the front.
Sitting at his ramp, so if it was like at the base of Patience, then it would be pretty bad, but it's just at his ramp, so even if there is a Dark Temple drop, he does have that. It's easier to move your Observer back, and he also still has that Oracle, although that Oracle is sitting there at the bottom.
Here's the scout. Oh, he doesn't go into the main. Okay, he turns around. Playing with my heart right now is Classic, and he sees it.
Okay, let's see how he reacts to this. He gets the Phoenix. He also gets the charge, and he adds another Observer.
The Sentry Immortal drop.
What?
Hey, it's good.
What was that, 2 kills? Didn't even kill anything?
I think it's 1.
Just 1, yeah. Well, it's a cute play there from Patience, but I feel like a unit other than an Immortal would have been more effective. Maybe 2 Adepts.
Yeah, could have been. I do see a big gateway explosion from both of these players as they power up their 3rd bases. And +1 going to be finished first for Classic.
You can see how desperate Classic is for gas. He's just got those probes idling by. Oh, what is this, Patience? He's adding 2 more robotics. Is he just going to mass immortals from this? Or is he going to get Colossus maybe? I'm not too sure. Or Disruptors. I keep forgetting Disruptors exist.
It could just be the Immortals, though, especially with the Templar Archives finishing up here. I think he's just going to try to get a very strong ground army with Immortals, Archons, Chargelets, kind of that standard that we're seeing more often nowadays.
Yeah, but if Classic sees this, he can just run over Patience right now. Patience barely has an army to defend with. And he's taking this 4th base behind it as well.
Yeah, very greedy play. I mean, if you look at the army supply right now, it's 62 to 45. So Classic's definitely got the advantage here if he wanted to abuse that. But, of course, he doesn't know what we know.
Well, he knows now that he is getting those additional 2 robotics with that nice revelation onto the 3rd base of Patience.
Well, he finishes up that Warp Prism, and now he's beginning to move out.
I think this is the best time to posture for a move.
Or is he going to attack or just take a 4th?
Or is he going to try and harass with his Warp Prism rather than use it just for warpings?
Is he getting Storm? No? He hasn't morphed those into an Archon.
Okay, he's just going to take a 4th and try and play catch up. But I think with the army count that Classic has right now, he should try and snipe that 4th base and just run back.
This Oracle is still so annoying.
He's got 20 kills. It's an Executor.
Executor Oracle.
Executor Oracle Classic. And now Classic's moving out here. He definitely should be thinking about killing that 4th base.
He wants to hit before too many Immortals are out here. Right now he has a lot more Zealots. It's 14 to 1.
And as I mentioned before this game started, we've seen a trend of that Stalker Disruptor play to the Zealot, Chargelot, Archon composition. Composition that we've seen lately, and that's what Classic's doing right now. And he's going to add those Immortals and probably add some Disruptors later on to this game once he takes that 4th. But we do see a Dark Templar drop here for Patience.
Yeah, and at the same time, we do have a Zealot dropping in the main here from Classic. Looks like he's going to drop here and try to take out an Immortal. It's not going to work out.
Oh, nice warp in here.
Yeah, huge warp in into the back door.
That's going to kill a lot. He could actually snipe that Nexus if Classic decides to do that, but looks like he just wants to kill some probes. No, he's going for the pylons.
Dark Templar, insanely effective at defending any kind of drop harass in this game, so he does go ahead and warp in a couple of those to deal with that. In the meantime, he did drop 1 Dark Templar over here at the 4th.
It got swept up. And I'm not really... I don't think he got like just 1 kill or something like that, because Oracle with its detection ability. And I really like his positioning of the Warp Prism, because it is on the high ground where Classic can't see it, yet Patience can still warp in on the bottom. So until he gets vision of that upper ground, okay, well, it doesn't really matter because Patience is running back. But I also love these 2 Phoenixes just patrolling for any Warp Prisms there on the right side from Classic, using that Stargate tech that he has to his advantage.
That's quite nice. Just go for a couple of them. Definitely will save you some headaches later on in the game against any kind of drops.
These are a lot of Immortals. How many is it?
10.
10 Immortals.
10 to 7.
Oh, okay, so it's not too bad. For Classic, Classic also has those Archons as well to help tank the Immortal damage, but...
Yeah, he's got 1 extra Archon and 6 extra Zealots, but 5 less Stalkers, but 2 extra Disruptors, so...
I'm not going to math that right now, but... we can just say that Patience has a lot of Immortals. And I really love these warp-ins of Dark Templars, because Dark Templars just mop up the Zealots so quickly. But he needs to get rid of that Warp Prism, which he does.
Yeah. Cleaning everything up. And the Warp Prism, by the way, did see the 2 Stargates that were coming down here from Patience. So Classic knows about the possible switch into Tempest in that later game air toss.
And we see Crack Squad here. 2 Phoenixes and Oracles just flying across the map from that right side to the left side. I think he wants to try and get a ninja tag onto these Immortals because army positioning is key here for the next battle. If he manages to surround the heavily Immortal army of Patience, Classic will win. But if Classic decides to fight into a very small choke point, then Patience will win. That being said, though, these Disruptors are out for Classic.
I love the Disruptor just teching it into his army composition. He has 4 of them only, and that's really all you need. You don't want to overmake Disruptors.
I mean, Disruptors do flat amount of damage, and as long as you dampen your opponent's army, then everything else can mop up.
Not sure where he's going with these Disruptors. Going for a little scout.
He's going for a little adventure.
Yeah, he is about to finish +3. He may want to attack with that
Maybe
timing.
he was trying to do a purification nova onto the workers there, but decided to go against it.
The other thing to note is that Classic has +2 armor, whereas Patience has no armor upgrades. He's even going for the shields now, and here we go. He is going to engage. Disruptor shots coming out.
Here comes the disruptor shots. Nice shots onto those stalkers, but he doesn't actually get what he needs is the Immortals. The Immortals with the barriers doing their job, but we look at the supply count. It is, actually Patience is ahead on army count.
Yeah, that he is. Those Immortals are just doing so much damage in the back, and they've been totally protected the entire time. But the Disruptor cooldown is coming up.
This next warp in is key for both players to see what both these players are opting for. We see Zealot here from Patience. Classic also going for the Zealots as well, but you have to remember Patience has that defender's advantage, and he can just rally Immortals into this battle.
Yeah, but the Zealots do survive here. Another Warpin of Zealots from Patience, and he actually lifts the weakened Immortal, and with another Phoenix, he's beginning to block
lift up as well.
Huge lifts there.
Yeah.
It looks like the recall does save the majority of the army here.
3 Immortals
left.
so, but that was a nice win for Patience. And the army counts are very similar right now. That being said, Classic is taking his 5th base.
Not sure if he's going to be able to hold that. Patience himself did take a lot of damage, of course, and with 3 cannons back here at the 4th, I think he should be fine, but Disruptor's not working out as well as I thought they could.
Oh, nice stasis ward there from Classic, and that's a benefit of keeping your Oracle alive, is that even if you're not going to use it to harass workers, you can still use it to tag, and you can still use it for those stasis wards. And in battles, in mirror matchup, like Protoss versus Protoss, that stasis ward could win you the game.
Yeah, definitely could. We see Classic himself now continuing with the triple Immortal production.
Did Classic add any more robotics? Check.
Well, he's got 3.
So it's 3 to 3.
Yeah, he's making
Okay.
3 Immortals
so
at a time.
It's even. But
He added his own Dark Templar tech.
yeah, I think what's going to win Classic a game is he's ahead in armor supply. He's 3-3 now. He's also getting the shields. He's got his 5th base up, nice and running. And Patience is struggling to get his own 5th base up. So, and you also have to remember that Patience did take his back expansion much earlier than Classic. So Classic has a bit more of a resource bank to work with.
Just a slight advantage there for sure. And it's really going to come down to this next fight. Both these players are sticking on the same composition, but as you were talking about, the upgrade advantage for Classic is gigantic right now. He's ahead 4 upgrades, 3 armor and 1 shield. Both players have +3 attack. So as long as Classic doesn't run his army like move command into it, he should be winning these fights just based on the numbers.
Yeah, but it looks like Classic is just going to allow Patience to take his own 5th base. And this is the stage of the game where we might see the Air Toss armies come up from both players. We could see those Tempests, maybe even see some carriers. Who knows? Mothership cores, not Mothership, the Mothership itself is very popular as well for the cloaking capabilities it has.
And we see a lot of Phoenixes added into the composition of Patience here.
Oh, we could see the final battle here.
And I actually love the Phoenixes even more than the Disruptors because there's not that much anti-air in both of these armies. Both these players not really making any Stalkers here. It's only the Archons, and the Archons are at the front.
Yep, they're at the front
so
attacking.
You swing around the back and you lift up 6, 8 Immortals, you're going to be winning that fight.
Like a lift up is effectively a stasis. It removes the unit from the battle, and you can easily just overcome your opponent. But we see here, Classic is posturing to take out this 5th base.
And he's got 8 lifts, and here we go, lifted up all the Immortals in the back, and at the same time, the Archons are not able to kill those Phoenixes.
Yeah, those Archons are just doing splash damage onto the... Oh, okay, the lifts are done, but he actually lifts up again.
More lifts.
Oh, the Dark Templars as well. There's no detection here.
No detection, and all the Immortals of Patience are going to win in this fight with the DTs and the lifts. And Classic is going to have to run away here. But he can't because the rest of his Immortals get lifted up, and that may just be the game here for Patience.
Yeah, I think Classic has just lost way too much there. He's still, Patience still has a nice bulk of Immortals. He's got these Phoenixes still, and he can just lift up anything that Classic decides to morph in.
I have to say, Patience actually outplayed Classic in this game. There's something in Classic's mind where he just cannot seem to take these wins against Patience, and
the thing is, he has to be careful about that stasis ward. But if he just swings around and takes out this 5th base, that's all he needs to do. That's all he needs to do is take out that 5th base and just run back.
Classic is so far behind on Immortals at this point that Patience is going to win any fight at this point. He needs to attack fast and not give Classic that much time to build up his army once again.
These Immortals are just going to eat up these buildings like breakfast. Like, what is it? A hot knife through butter.
Yeah, pretty much. A bunch of Zealots are pouring forward, though, and getting on top of these Immortals.
Oh, these Archons need to do damage to these Zealots. I don't know why they're distracted there.
They need to help out the Immortals. Yeah. He's actually getting a ton of damage there in the back, but at the same time...
These Dark Templars are the real MVP here.
He's got no observers still. Only now is he making it. I don't even think he realized it from that other fight.
The cannons are unpowered as well, so there's no detection available from him.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
This 5th base is going to go down, and Classic is looking... Patience is looking very comfortable, and we could see an ace match.
Classic at half supply of Patience at this moment in time. Loses his base, and he can't even believe it. You can see it on his face.
Yeah, has Patience with some really sick Phoenix play. The stasis ward is just there, but I don't think it matters at this point. I mean, look at the supply count, 164 compared to the 53 of Classic.
And
GG.
We're going to have a race match. Patience able to take out Classic once again. And in a place where it matters a ton, because getting to that ace match against SKT is no easy feat, but Alive and Patience show up today.
Not only that, but the indicator points, getting to that ace match, even if you lose, you're still -1. And we said this at the start of the broadcast, there are those last 4 teams that are trying to vie their way to that 4th place position in the Ultimate Grand Final. And, I mean, Patience played really awesome in that game. I love the transition with the Phoenixes, lifting up all those Immortals. Classic, I felt Classic had the advantage at the start, but it kind of just faded away once Patience got those 3 robotics up and just started pumping Immortals.
Yeah, the Phoenixes, the DTs, those were the MVPs of the fights. I love the idea from Patience. I haven't really seen that all too often, in fact, where you heavily commit to Phoenixes, like 8 Phoenixes, because you know he's going to be heavily committing to Immortals. So if you can lift up the majority of the Immortals, you're doing a great job in that fight.
And you also have to remember as well, Classic lost his Oracle some way before that battle, so there was no tag available, no detection ability available for Classic, and once those observers get sniped away from that army of Classic, it's all over Red Rover.
Yeah, and the Phoenixes are great about sniping Oracles, sniping observers, and it was just a really nice composition from Patience. You can tell he prepared heavily for this matchup. And now we are going into that ace match, so we get to have this fun moment where we try to guess who is coming out.
King Sejong. I think it will be Dark, even though he did lose. Oh, no, because they can easily just send out Alive again.
Yeah, I think Alive is coming out here.
I think it could be Patience, because he does have that momentum coming for him.
But at the same time, I don't know. It's hard. He definitely prepared for the PvP. They're not 100% sure.
Here comes the referees with the ace match papers.
Yeah,
I wish we could have the
little papers that get exchanged as they go on to the opposing team's bench.
We could see innovation.
I just saw Legend look at the paper and laugh and shake his head. So
it's like Impact.
It's probably like Sue or something. Sue has come out here very often, actually, for ace matches.
No, okay. We can actually see who the ace face are.
Yeah,
but
don't spoil it, though. Don't spoil it.
We won't spoil it for you guys. But, okay, since we see the ace face right now, we'll wait for it to concede. But what was my prediction again? Dark? Dream? Well, Dark with innovation.
Yeah.
And for Afreeca, I think it will be Patience because of the momentum. But, like, what plays were you thinking of?
Well, it's kind of hard to discuss this with them on the stage, so let's just wait and see until they get the reveal.
Could see Dream, maybe?
Maybe. It's possible, GTR. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, we're stuck in a pickle right now.
Well, here we go. Here's the reveal. Who's it going to be coming out here for both teams in the ace match? It's Dark versus Patience. Patience does come out as you were predicting. Dark.
Well, yeah, building onto that momentum. Dark losing in that first game against Alive. Can he redeem SK Telecom here?
Patience with kind of a sheepish look once he sees Dark on that stage. And Dark looking very, very confident. Going to be angry after that loss against Alive for sure.
All right, so Dark versus Patience.
It's coming out on King Sejong Station, so definitely a map that Dark has a lot of experience on. And guys, we are going to jump to a 10-minute ace match break, so we'll go right to that right now.